the message of hope to all humankind, all mankind. I bless you this day as we continue to do our best, you doing your best where you are through this Christmas tide season to understand the reason for this season is also the reason for all seasons. It's actually it actually um, it is how we come to discover the original purpose of creation, why we are alive. Why are we alive? This Christmas tide season can give us a doorway or an open window to peer in, or even a peephole for some to just peer in and begin to observe um, that there's more to our existence than what we have been told. And if we have an opportunity to go through the door or the window or even that peephole, what we will discover on the other side or inside, we can say we are peering into the heart of God, the heart of the Creator, and prayerfully we will come to see or discover the vision that um, that allows us to be alive. There is a vision in play here. God who sought to create a true family, God who sought to create us, um, like God and the company of heaven, the family of heaven. God who in the Bible calls us to be like God, not just calling us to be like God, as it's being echoed later in the New Testament by Jesus, whose birth we commemorate every 25th of December, knowing that may not be his actual date of birth, does not take away from the fact that he was born. Unto us a child is given, and who knows, you could be that child for this season. Actually, we are all children of God for such a wonderful season. We are all meant to understand and embody the purpose of creation. The purpose of creation. So we are created for true love. That's basically what we are created for. And if we are created by true love, God who is love, then isn't it clear that we were created in the presence of love? And you were created in divine presence, in divine presence. That clearly means you have divine essence. We all, every human comes with a divine essence because what? Simply put, we were designed, created, we were proposed, we were manufactured, constructed, the original prototype in divine presence. God, as the divine being, initiated, and the divine ones, yes, the divine ones, the Bible alludes to them as the Elohim came together to produce mankind, humankind. So it becomes very simple that how do we then create this good, very good purpose, not just intention? Um, yes, we can say the intention, from the intention, the motivation, and to the implementation towards the manifestation. All is for a divine purpose, because we were created again. We were proposed before we were created with divine presence, in divine presence. And divine presence contains divine essence. The ones who created us are divine. Hence, the product they produce, the product they created, they put forward is also divine. My beloved brothers and sisters, we're talking about how we multiply, how we celebrate, how we receive, how we understand, how we live with this clarity of our identity as our shared identity, the divinity of what? Our shared identity. We are one in God, one in essence, one in divine presence. Everything that comes out of God, God who is spirit, every physical manifestation definitely comes from a spiritual design. Yes, an invisible, incorporeal design that you may not be aware of, but it is so present and has produced I and you as this solid, physical, material beings, and a manifestation. We manifest that which we do not see with our corporal eyes, but is very present. So the Truelove family, a family that is equipped with everything, blessed with godliness. Because if God is love, you are created in love. Yes, you are. Um, you know, um, your parents. Some of us may have come out of that same powerful desire, which is to procreate, which again is to love, to want to be like God, to reproduce. However, many times we have gone about it not following God's design, God's requirement for us to get into procreation, into starting our own family that is in a way uniquely joined, uniquely networked into this one heavenly holy family, which is God's family, a Truelove family. With the way we go about it has been given to us clearly. Unfortunately, we haven't followed God's instruction. God equipped us fully when God said in the Bible that God blessed them, meaning God fully equipped us, equipped Adam and Eve with everything they would need, because the equipment is really to be equipped with the mind, to be equipped with the mind to think like God wants us to think, so that we may produce the things of God. So we know for a fact that the Bible talks about the renewing of the mind to re-understand. The Bible talks about getting understanding in all thy getting. Get understanding, which is wisdom, actually. My people suffer, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Again, using the mind. But most of all, the mind is used properly when the heart understands its essence. Why does our heart beat? What is it beating for? It is beating so that we let God's divinity flow through, and we it is like this pumping station that should not stop, because once the pump stops, everything again to an extent in the physical realm stops. So the heart beats and longs for kindness in this season, this Christmas tide season. What is the most prevalent gesture out there? It's people seeking to be kind. Yes. People sending each other what? Gifts. People sending each other good pronouncements, be it by a text saying Merry Christmas, I love you, I miss you, Happy New Year in advance. Kindness. People going out of their way to incur debts, yes, on their so-called credit cards or whichever means, just to see a child, their daughter, their son, their husband, their wife, their cousin, their relative, their neighbor, their school teacher, their friend, colleague at school, at work, just smile for a second, for a minute, for a moment, for a day, prayerfully, would carry that seed through the year. Kindness, human kindness, it is at the it is forgive me, forgive me. Kindness is again our last name. It is what all of us are designed for. Humankind, human kindness, mankind, man, you, me, as living human beings, men and women, to be what? Kind. Especially to start off this kindness, where would it start? Where should it start? Where should it begin? Where? It is obvious it should begin in our homes. It should begin with the husband and the wife. It should begin with the couple seeking to live heavenly, yes, to answer, to live as Jesus prayed, as Jesus encourages us to inherit that prayer, to pray in that manner. May God's will be done on earth as it is already done in the heavens. So, in the heavens, in God's realm, God's spiritual realm, which is all around us, spirit is all around us because we live in God. We live already in spirit. We have our being in spirit, everything, just like the earth is already in the heavens, in space. This earth is not the last solid ground. No, the earth is a round, marble like spaceship ball. So we're already, in a way, in the heavens. So, how do we live heavenly? It is by living kindly, kindly, very simple, in kindness. Be encouraged. That is how great and simple God designed us. We were not designed, no, to go through gymnastic theology that is plaguing the world. It become like a plague. We hear a lot of talkers, many religious schools of thought, be they denomination, be they just another religion, but all religious schools of thought, persons who espouse that they speak for God, or they want, or they have the secret, or they are telling us how we can live in harmony, in true love and harmony. If amongst themselves, they themselves are not living in true love and harmony, it is something we have to just sit back and observe one another. This is why Jesus said, by this men, people will recognize that you are my disciples, how you treat each other, how you really treat each other. And so, gymnastic theology does not take us through this route, this narrow, simple path of kindness. Gymnastic theology wants you to go all over the place, go over the roundabout, go here, turn left, do the hokey pokey. How many times do I pour salt on myself? How many times do I, get on my knees? How many times do I suffer? In a way, that's what they're saying. I mean, what the conditions I make are supposed to be for me to kind of suffer. People like to claim that when you are suffering, when you are offering everything, that is when you are really serving God. And it's not necessarily true. It's that the way God, a loving, good God who created us kindly, who created us out of God's own loving kindness, not the other way around. God did not become kind because we were kind, or God loving us because we loved God. No, God first loved us, even in our disobedience, even when we are not so kind. God still remains kind. So, how do we somehow come to have had, or now have, many of you have, I'm praying that you begin to unlock yourself, you begin to unshackle from dogmatic theology that does not manifest a true love family, a true family. That is what, in short, creation is all about, how we manifest a true family lifestyle. A true family should be clear. We're calling it a true love blessed family. We are already blessed. This you must know. This you must know. It is just about how we come to this awareness, to be awakened from the slight sleep many of us have been dozing a little bit off in. You know how you doze a little during a message, and you need to be reminded of the essence of the message. So when we stick and stay with the essence of the purpose of creation, we will understand how simple and easy it is to do as Jesus said: be holy, be perfect in love. Once we are kind. Again, be kind. The season of kindness. God was so kind. That's what the word means, when God so loved the world that he gave. God was so kind to us. Sometimes we find it a little bit disturbing when persons are being mistreated, and yet they just are quiet and they still act kindly to another. This is Jesus saying, when you're smacked on one side of the cheek, turn the other side. But we're not saying to you, Jesus is not saying to you, be a doormat and just stay there and be abused and. But Jesus set an example that is far, far beyond what many of us can even phantom. It is true that there is no greater love than for a friend, yes, a friend to give their life for the other. Wow, that is an extreme position of kindness, to say no. I'd rather die than my friend, than my wife, my spouse, than somebody whom I love. So a friend is what? A family member, one who is also of mankind, humankind. So this is what equalizes everything and makes us one. So wherever you are today, if you are part of a people who are only amongst themselves being kind and do not extend that kindness, that is not the way of God's love. If you are amongst a people who somehow they have so much jargon, dogmatic, and it's jargon because things that just go left and right, do this, do that, all kinds of do's that does not help you manifest loving one another beyond the gangster circle, the cronyism, just within the same people. And but yet they are talkers who say we should go love the world, and yet they themselves do not. But this is what Christmas corrects, helps us realign. Christmas helps us to realign back to kindness, human kindness, mankind. I pray you be kind today. God has been kind to all of us. God has allowed us to arise again this day to continue to share in this great experience that God and the Elohims kindly gave to us. For God created us kindly, yes, blessed us kindly, and then God said we should have dominion, we should have stewardship over this world, which is to share lovingly, kindly one to another. I love you. You are humankind. I am humankind too. That's our last name. Let us continue to treat each other so kindly. This is the essence of the Christmas tide, that we return back to the original purpose of creation, to create a true love, yes, a true love family, humankind full of kindness. I hope this message has been kind to you. We pray it meets you where you are longing, and I pray it affirms in your spirit, your soul, your heart, the knowledge that you already feel it has been seeded already in you. You know, when you are kind, kindness comes back. Yes, yes, yes. A good turn deserves another. So when you're kind, just continue to be kind. Don't think about whether it's coming back. It is a natural divine principle. What goes around comes around. So what do you want to go around? I want kindness to go around. I love you. Namaste.